This is Ronald Bird with another edition of Style Speaks on this glorious sunny afternoon in Washington, D.C. Where are we at? Farragut West? We're at Farragut West. The White House is over here. I'm not sure Barack is home, but, you know, we're going to wave to Barack. But I have a special and talented young man waiting here to talk to us today, Charlie Gold. Charlie? All right, how you doing?
It's an honor to be here.
Okay, great. Okay. Well, I'm glad. Oh, I like that honored part. Y'all hear that? He's honored to be here. Write that down. Well, I'm glad you took some time out of your day-to-day to spend some time with me, man, and chat a little bit about, you know, what's going on with you and style. Obviously, you look awful smart today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Okay, Charlie, tell everybody who don't happen to know who you are, where you from?
Charlie Gold. I'm from Washington, D.C., born and raised.
Okay, so you plan on staying a while?
Yeah, for a while. I have LA, Miami dreams.
Okay.
But right now, I'm just stationed here in Washington, D.C.
Okay, we're going to play this back in about 6 months or so and see if he made it on out. But we want to keep him here for a little while at least, you know, to kind of give us some skills. And we're going to talk about kind of why we want to keep him around. Well, you know, you want to stay around. You have some dreams to go to LA and Miami maybe. So tell everybody what you do for a living.
As of now, I have my company, Track Corporate Group. We're a marketing, promotion, event planning company. We do some of the most prominent events in the Washington, D.C. area with some of the most premier business owners and other promotional teams as well. Okay, well, yeah, I see your name and your photographs everywhere. You know, if you want to know about what's going on in D.C. and some of the hottest clubs in the area, and actually in this particular vicinity, right? You definitely want to look up this guy. He definitely promotes and marketing guy and all that kind of stuff. But before we get more in depth into what you do specifically, in that, keeping in that conversation about parties and events and things like that and marketing, of course, style and fashion, whether it's your own specific style and fashion. I mean, I see you're always nicely coordinated. But how important personally, and then we're going to get to the professional side, how important personally has style and fashion been to you, say, you know, growing up, younger days? Well, growing up in younger days, you know, I've always thought that style was important because, I mean, the first impression is always the best impression with anybody. So I always like to keep myself presentable, you know, in any type of situation, even if it's going to like the grocery store or, you know, anything. I think it's very important.
You meet a lot of folk at the grocery store.
Absolutely.
That's a pickup spot. You know that, right?
Absolutely. Everywhere is a pickup spot with me. You know,
okay.
So I do believe that style is important in that area because, I mean, you just never know. You can walk down the street and you may, like you said earlier, run into Barack Obama. So it's very important because, you know, throughout your day, you never know who you can run into, what type of connections you can gain. And, you know, first impression is the best impression always. So I always like to keep myself presentable.
Well, what would you kind of determine your own personal style to be? If somebody was to describe you, what do you think they'd say, like your best friend? What would they say? Well, okay, this Charlie. Well, what's his style? Is he classy? Is he kind of, you know, is he urban? Is he chic? Is he elegant? Is he, you know, hip hop? I mean, how would you classify yourself, and how would you think somebody else would?
One word, smooth.
Okay, smooth. So, like, okay, okay.
So I can do, I feel as though I can do urban, I can do classy, I can do...
you can do it all.
I can basically do athletic.
Very eclectic. Okay.
Yeah, very, like, you know, diverse. Any type of situation I'm ready for, you know. So I pretty much think that smooth. That's a good word to.
Okay, smooth is a good. Well, you're definitely smooth.
Thank you.
You're definitely smooth. But I guess when I was trying to get to the more specifics of the style that you prefer, I mean, are you come in, you know, you're nice and casual today, but do you prefer jeans and tennis shoes? Are you a suit guy? I mean, are you know, just prefer to be? Do you like getting? You can get dressed up, but I mean, do you prefer being dressed up? Some guys just don't like putting on. They can put on a suit, and they look good when they put on a suit, but they don't like putting on a suit.
Absolutely. I think casual works best for me because it's very comfortable and it fits in almost any dynamic. You know, like I can walk into a professional building right now and be accepted. You know, I think the casual is the most comfortable way for me to dress because, like I said, I like to make, you know, when I walk into an area or room or wherever it is, I like my first impression before you actually get to go into dialogue with me to be a good one. So when people look at me, I want them to say, well, he's really, you know, he cleans up very well. So that's very important to me when it comes to what I'm most comfortable with.
Well, that's good that you say it's important, especially with the young people today. And even if you weren't in the business, I mean, it's definitely important being in the business that you're in. That you find it very important that your perception is good. That's kind of sort of the word I like to use. What people's perception of you is in order to want to do business with you, talk to you, take yourself serious. It makes a statement, right?
Yes, it opens a lot of doors. That's very important. I mean, I'm all about, you know, building relationships with individuals and connections. So every time I step out somewhere, I like to be able to feel comfortable, you know, with what I have on, and know that, you know, if I was to just randomly meet somebody, they would at least know, well, he takes a lot of pride in how he looks when he comes out the house. Before he leaves out, he looks in the mirror and says, okay, I'm ready.
Well, that's pretty good. I'm kind of like that too. I think I'm kind of like that. What did you know?
We can tell.
You know, but I mean, that's a great answer. And I mean, definitely, I always say with young people, you know, there's so many different styles, and everybody's trying to kind of feel their own look. And I like to ask, kind of sort of, sometimes I ask people kind of where it comes from as far as, was there a family member? You know, was it your father, older brother that you kind of looked like or wanted to, excuse me, emulate? Or somebody in the neighborhood that always dressed smart. It's like, you know, I think it's important. This guy always wants to look good. I think I want to look good. Was there somebody kind of close to you that kind of gave you that spark? Or where did that whole knack for wanting to look good, or that whole importance, where did you get that from?
Well, I had a lot of people, like my father, for example. He's always been on top of his game when it comes to dress code. So I kind of like evaluated him. And like, you know, him, you know, he's always been the type that did his own thing. You know what I mean? So he would go in the mirror and, you know, try on different outfits and ask me if it looked right. So I'm like, okay, you're gonna put me in that position. Cool, I'll help you. But for the most part, like, you know, just life in general, like going to different places, seeing different people, meeting different type of people from different areas, and being observant what they have on. You know, the type of it's just all around. It's a broad way that I look at things. Like, I may just see someone that's from a totally different background than I am with some nice shoes on. Like, you know, they could be from Italy somewhere, and I'm like, whoa, those are nice. I like that. You know what I mean? So I kind of like take my style from everywhere. Like, I can do urban, I can do, you know, it's a lot of ways that I kind of like, you know, incorporate the way I dress on different days.
Wonderful. Well, you obviously have a knack for it. Hence the reason why I selected you to be on Style Speaks today. And I appreciate your responses to that. And as we talked earlier about the business perspectives and meeting people and the event planning and doing all the events and clubs and stuff. So what do you generally see? And I know you pay attention to how you look, but do you really, when you get out there amongst the people, the girls and the guys are dressed or whatever in the clubs, some clubs have more strenuous dress codes than others. Do you really look at what people are wearing, and what's your perception here in DC? Are they fashionable, or do they think they are?
Oh man, I think DC is a lot of fashionable people in DC. Like, you can go, especially in this corridor where we are now, like, you can walk around the corner and see one person in a suit, and you walk around the next corner and they're just like chilling like they're on the beach. It's so diverse. So with everything, you know, with fashion, with personality, with music, anything, you know, I kind of like the diversity of it. You know, like, you can kind of find all types of people from all types of dynamics of life, and it's like, wow, you know, we have all of this here at our disposal. So it's kind of like, it's great here. I like it. I like it. You know, I watch different people. I'm very observant, so I definitely check out the styles here, and that helps me out with my style, actually. I just told you a secret.
Well, we all take a little bit, I mean, as much as we may not want to admit, you know, we all take a little bit And if we're fashion conscious type people, and we like to look at magazines and people, I love looking at people. I people watch.
Yeah.
I would love to just like run up to people sometimes, like, can I take a picture of you? And I don't want to do back here like I'm stupid. But I mean, I love the ensemble, the way they may have put something together. They look like they may have been from New York or Miami or Atlanta. So I definitely check out people, and it's good that you do. But what is your, I guess my next question is, what is your perception overall? Do you think, and you did say it's kind of a melting pot, you get a lot of eclectic looks here, but do you think that DC is a very fashionable place to be?
Absolutely.
Okay.
DC is a very fashionable place to be because there's, like I said before, there's a lot of people here from everywhere.
Okay.
So like you said, like New York and different places like that, you have that all here.
Okay.
You know, you go some places and everybody is kind of like on the same page.
Okay.
But DC is so many people there from different walks of life that it is a very, very, very fashionable city.
Okay. Okay. Well, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I think a lot of people may want to argue that, but I definitely agree with what your perspective is, and I think I'm going to stay a while. I mean, I may see you in Miami. I'm going to come chase behind you a little bit and come visit in that villa. I know you're going to be living there.
You're always welcome, man.
In that villa, you're going to be living there. But okay, well, why don't you tell people, I know you're a part of a partnership and you have your own company.
Right.
Tell people how we can find you and whatever events you want to promote at this time. Talk about what's coming up for you.
Okay, so Facebook, Charlie Gold, Twitter, Charlie GDC, Charlie G_DC. I have my company has a page that's Track Corporate at Track Corporate. Group page on Facebook is the Track Corporate Group. Right now, I'm doing parties at Huxley on Wednesdays. That's right on 1730 M Street Northwest. I have a party Thursdays at Lima, outside patio, sushi, drinks type of thing. Very, very laid back. You know, it's at Lima. On 14th Street, 1401 K Street. K Street, actually 1401 K Street between 14 and K. And then I do a day party at I Street at Eden, which is really nice as well. Hookah, drinks.
I'm pointing in the direction all the clubs are in.
Right up in this same corridor that we're interviewing.
Right.
And I have a lot of things coming up, a lot of day parties. It's hot outside now, summertime, so we'll have pool parties and stuff coming soon as well. So let's link. Get there, and I'll be sure to keep you posted with everything that's upcoming that we have right now.
Well, I want to thank you for your time. It wasn't too bad, right? We didn't keep you out here and make you too long. Okay, well, you did fantastic, and I really appreciate it. I know you were a little apprehensive, a little nervous, but I'm glad you decided to come on and do it with me, man. I really appreciate your time. We couldn't have picked a better day. The sun is starting to beam, so we got it out a little soon before the afternoon heat hits in. But thank you so much for your time, Charlie Gold. And this has been another edition of Style Speaks. Until we see you again, peace.